What up, Sharp came back once you get started video. Hajime per round 14, 17? Wait a minute. Bingo, right in the hit. Came out today, and let's get right into it. Send Mishima to the world. And what just is Ippo doing? Round let me see a picture of Fuji Amari. Round 14, 17, only me. Let me see. Mishima and Sendo said that's what they both saying. And Mars like Sendo and Mishima Goon both on fire. They're talking more like, well, that's some bummer. that's a bummer. Throw some water on the. And Aoki's like, they're not literally on fire. And Kimura's like, fired up or not, Ricardo might not be someone he can win against. And Aoki's like, the lightweight real champion of Maniac 2. And Tagaka pitches in as well. The world lover sure is harsh. And Takamura put his thumbs up. Misha, Sendo, out. Those two have the strength, sure, but they're too bad they're small fires. Small fries. To become world champion, you need a certain. You need a sort of panic. You need to have a vessel large enough for it. You have to be respected as a man. You need an aura that can captivate anyone with a single glance. For example, oh, my vessel! Come on, man. What's with all these speedos? Come on, Takamura. And Kawagama light his back up like a Christmas tree. Shut it! I believe this is him saying, don't spill up other boxes. Takamura's like, my balls are break. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I didn't see that. He was hitting Takamura in the nuts. Oh my goodness. And Fuji's like, what's in store for the Kawagama gym? And Kawagama's like, well, it's up. Well, up next is Takamura's super middleweight title defense. Kimura Tagaki's on the undercard, so they're the focus now. And they're all like, and then Kimura and Tagaki's like, yeah. And Aoki's like, and me? And Shinoda's like, I reversed the spot to you. Wait. I was ready to stop with you at the hall the other day. We're in negotiations with the Japanese upper ranks. We need you to get we need you to get to the top spot so quickly so you can itch the challenger till I got. And Aoki's focus. And Fuji's like, you got a full card. And Tay and Qatar's like, we're up and coming too. I can't. And Mars like, what? And Fuji's like, who are these kids again? Wow, that's sad. Wow, like, well, actually, that's a good point. They haven't really met him, yeah. And Ippo's like amazing. It feel like everything started moving all of a sudden. You feel like the whole landscape is changing in the blink of an eye. And Ippo touches his shoulder, looks at his fist, and he's about to throw a punch, stops, and he goes, sits down. It's only me who, and he just looks at it. And we see Fuji Mari. And then, I believe this is least. Well, then we have high hopes for you all. Whatever you do to my whatever to do with my full spread graveyard special issue, I'm I'm already enabled. I'll put together a draft for you. How he's feeling about all this, I'm not sure. Fighters from the generations, fighters that he beat, one after another, he watched them all take on the world. As far as Mokanu's concerns, past win and losses doesn't matter much. All he cares about the effort is the effort you put in. It's Fuji's ass, which makes me think he could cheer them on earnestly. Amari's like silent, right? And Fuji's like, except to me, he doesn't really seem like he's truly, well, that his time has truly stopped. And they both pause. Then Mars like, how can we talk about? Wait, how can we? How about we talk about the people whose time is moving? Senna-kun and Mishima-kun's war title match outlooks. And Fuji's like, with his raw destructive power, if Senna could land one hit, who knows what happened? But his opponent's Ricardo, the epitome of calm and collected, the man they call Omega, the most masterful boxer of all history. He's the absolutely worst matchup. As far as matchup go, Mishima's opponent is a fighter type. His specialty is infighting another one. Another one. You remember how hard Juan Garcia struggled against him? Even against other infires, Garcia, like Garcia, he fought even harder. He bulldozed his way in and took a bird off his waist. A bulldozer. And dealing with that dog, but the bulldozer is not going to be so simple, eh? He's, in a word, he's evil. What? Who is this man? In his combo, he's mixing headbutts, elbows, knees, the works. He just whatever it takes to win, no matter how horrendous it is. And Mario continues, but if it's the right fight, Mr. Bakun is strong there too. In this fight with Samurai, he threw everything right back at. I believe this Fuji cut it off. Samurai was pretty evil too, but he was on a natural level. From what I've heard, this guy committed basically every crime but murder. And Mario's like, what? And Fuji continues, it's not in the open yet. He may have even committed a murder. That's how bad the rumors are. And they don't stop coming. He's world level evil. And Mario's like, has the match been arranged yet? And Fuji's like, it would be if he weren't in prison. He's not afraid to say he's crushing people's lives is his hobby. The world champion of insanity, the wild child of Puerto Rico, Marcus Rosario. And that's the end of the chapter. So what's my overall thoughts? It was an alright chapter, but I really don't care about Takamura's world title defense. I really don't. Itagaki and Itagaki found to be able to do something to career is a great thing to hear, but under that Takamura undercard, it's just. I will say I brought this up multiple times before, and that is the fact that when it first to boxing, Hajime no Joe, Hajime, I should have known Joe is a boxing drama. Ippo is a boxing fighting manga, but it's not one-to-one reflective of the sport, and it could just because where the country comes from. Like if it was an American thing, there's a lot of trash talk, there's a lot of lies, there's a lot of what if for butts, there's a lot of quote-unquote cheating, a lot of illegal punches to the nuts, just to win that the ref don't call, a lot of questionable robberies in the sport, and especially a lot of you ducking, man, you ducking, you're not trying to fight me. So I'm just surprised that not happened to Takamura at all. Especially at this world level, that having to get a belt in every weight class. Like, no one's saying that Takamura is running, no one's saying that Takamura is ducking, and it's just like, how can you handle these belts? And then again, this is the same WBC which Jamal Charlo has not fought in 2 years, and he's never been stripped of the belt. So it's not that surprising. So I'll just probably get to talk more, but Aoki still need to fight the top guys. Like really? Just at least hype it up as he got to fight the #1 guy in Japan that's in his weight class in welterweight. Not just, well, you got to fight some of the higher ups. What has he been doing this entire time? Just fighting tomato cans? Just fighting like touch-ups? Just what he's been doing. And that's the I'm glad the Shinobu fight is not immediately next. But you're saying it like he's just, well, he might have about 2 to 3 more people to go. What are you talking about? What do you mean? 2 or 3 more people to go? Just like it's implied that it's not just, well, you know, you need to fight 1 more guy or 2 more guys. Hey, it could be a 1-round KO, but it's just, come on, John, come on. And it's another hint towards Ten Kutaro doing the A-class test, and we see Ippo go to hit the punching bag. He stops himself for no reason. Because he easily could have did it as like, hey, just a simple warm-up thing. And he goes sit down and just looked at his hand. Just why? Like, why? Like it's getting towards the point where it's like it's irritating. Where it's just like, if you're gonna focus on Teihen Kataru, then let's just focus on Teihen Kataru. Then, like, I'd rather settle all this like personal stuff with Itagaki and the whole Japanese scene instead of world title match, going back over to Team America. Let's talk more is fighting in Vegas. I don't care right now. I really don't. I don't care unless Takamura is fighting in Las Vegas. I'm not trying to hear it about no Takamura. So it's more likely going to be a home title defense in Japan. I don't care about this fight. Throw it away. Maybe the opponent might be great. Who knows? But Itagaki Kimura, yes. I guess Kimura chose to continue boxing. Maybe he might evolve. Maybe we get to see Kimura truly fight an entire hardcore, like maybe a chapter fight as an outboxer instead of just always have to manipulate his style. Itagaki, he seems just happy. He seems alright. It's just I really wish we could have got some Ippo Itagaki time alone to really just get a hint towards something. No. But good to see Fuji Amari. I'll get to the Ippo thing later, more on it. But to hype up everything up, people down to Sendo. Look, Sendo got what it takes. And Fuji, I'm disappointed in you. Alright, I really am. You followed Sendo's entire career. Well, he got a puncher's chance if he just lands one hit. Really? Really? I see how you feel, Fuji. I see how you feel. Alright, I see how you feel. It's just really, there's just one, like he just Sendo just don't got anything else aside from his punching power. Really? He's not no Miyata. He's definitely not no Gonzalez where you got multiple different avenues to going in and out. Or he's not like Ricardo Martinez. But he got more than just a blatant puncher's chance like Sendo to some idiot without no IQ. Just, well, if you hit him once. Okay then. Alright. And then Mishiba's next opponent, of course, is another infighter. Why? Why is it another infighter? And why is it somebody who... Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. If this new guy from Puerto Rico, if Mario Rosario... Oh, actually, I gotta check to make sure that's his name. I'm gonna be honest, is Mario Rosario? Cause I think we got a hint towards what he looks like. I don't know what type of hairstyle that is for him. I don't know. It's just ask the barber to give me whatever the hoop-de-doo. It's just. Of course, the phone is choking up now. Of course. Figured it. Unless Mario Rosario is gonna be doing illegal blows and be a counterpuncher, I'm not hearing that nonsense. Cause I already had enough of that whole Juan Garcia thing. World-class technique was a waste of time. The fight is still garbage, and it irks me. It really does. It really does. And now we're gonna get another illegal punching man, and it's just come on. How many times you gotta keep doing this? How many times you gotta keep doing this? I thought we solved this problem with Shinobu. Nah, it's another one. And it's another one. I'm again sick and tired of this, man. Had hopes of Juan Garcia. You saw how fast those died real quick. So maybe Mario Rosario will be better. Maybe he won't. But first time we get to see a fight out of Puerto Rico. It should be interesting. But it might have hinted towards him getting some backstory on him. But even then, just like come on, like what? Can we solve the Itagaki problem? Can we solve the Kimura problem? Why are we just packing all this stuff in there just to get like an entire ham sandwich? Somebody said, well, I'm not hearing that old age nonsense, because you can apply it to anything. A 20-year-old can get hit by a bus tomorrow. Nobody would care. Like Salvador Sanchez, at the peak of his career, dead. A person never knew him. Everybody says he was one of the best boxers out of Mexico, but he died. So it doesn't matter like how long it takes, as long as you're able to finish it. So it's just, I'm not hearing that whole old man excuse that you're old. You can always write down the manuscript. You can always just write down the script for the anime. There was always other avenues you can take if your dad concerned about dying. So you don't gotta rush and butcher the story, and now everybody's upset, and now everybody's making excuses for the man, even though you know you don't enjoy this garbage, because you're trying to defend it to make yourself feel good when you close your eyes tonight. I'm not hearing this nonsense. I'm just not. And I enjoyed the joke, but I didn't really need to see Takamura get hit in the nuts. Just, I don't know. But to go full circle back around to that whole Ippo thing, it's just, come on, man. Like at this point, it's irritating. Don't have Ippo on the screen or do something else. Like it's stop. Cause at this point, you're just doing nothing. Literally, just doing nothing. He's not going to talk about Kumu with the boxing. He's not going to have a chat with Takamura. So it's just, it easily could happen in the next few chapters. I could be wrong, but this is getting frustrating. It's actually getting irritating. It's almost like Ippo time hasn't stopped at all. And it really all comes down to the pitching of it. It is what it is. I'm really cause let's think about it. The reason I'm harking on the Mario Rosario thing. Most of his fights has been against infighters. What do you mean? Let's say for big names. Ippo. He comes back from the Ippo loss, gonna move up a weight class, and he beat out the title from that guy who was once again another infighter, from what I can recall. Even after that, the only anomaly is Samamura, but after that he fights another infighter for the Pacific Championship belt, and then he fights another one that defended the that Mexican he fought while being on the same card with Sendo and Takamura. And then after that, he fought another one with Warren Garcia, another infighter. And it's just how many more infighters are you going to get? And I swear if Mario Rosario is not some form of counter specialist, I don't care about the fight. That's another fight into the trash can. Because I'm tired of seeing the exact same thing. How many more infighters must he fight? How many? Can he be a hybrid boxer like a Freddy Gonzalez? Can he be that? Can he just not just be a complete bulldozer? Can we see something that Mishima rarely fights? Because besides from Miyata, you haven't seen him fight nobody like Miyata. Because Samamura Ryuhei don't fight like Miyata. He's different. He's different. They both are counter specialists, but Samamura Ryuhei don't use footwork the way Miyata does. And which that would be an interesting matchup. Can the Prince of Counter beats the Demon of Counters? Can the Heavenly Angel defeat the Demon of Orari? Who knows? Like I said before, he was changing. So, but it really is. I got to the point where this is irritating. It really is. It has become irritating. It really is. The Fuji thing about Sendo is not some type of major thing, but Fuji, you've seen this man's career, so it's not like he just he just got to punch his chance. And then I know some idiot in the fan base is gonna be like, well, oh, he hasn't really done anything else. He's fought out boxers. What did you expect him to do? Really just completely dash in and get popped right in his mouth? That's why you used that mischief version against Alfredo Gonzalez. So that's been my excuse for why we haven't seen the whole Super Smash or the Deadly Smash or haven't really seen anything else from Sendo. That's been my excuse. But if it comes out, well, you just haven't been doing it like Itagaki, like a Mai, and Hoshi would have just have they evolved? No. That was the exact same characters that we left off on. Miyata didn't get that treatment. Mishima didn't get that treatment. Sendo didn't really get that treatment. I don't see why. Like similar to Vork. Vork is the exact same fighter, aside from now that he got the first and second swallow. That's it. He's just Suzuki. He's just Suzuki Sanada. Just with the white fame and like a better boxing IQ to a certain degree. Can I put it like this? There's a reason why I say I look at Mishima and like he's like the best who's ever seen. He's like the most complete. Cause like all his bigger major flaws early in his career is all closed up, and when I look at Mishima, it's just like, yeah, that's Mishima. That's the real deal. That is him at the best of the best. He got no more major flaws. You're gonna have to work to take him out. It's just that's Mishima. He don't need anything else to his arsenal. He got everything he needs. He got the uppercut. He got the weave. He got the part-time in fight. He got everything he needs. I can't say that with Sendo. I can't say that with Miyata either. Like, Mishima's the only character who would be like, yeah, he's complete. And Ippo's the only second because of new Dentro. And that plays up the whole how you can no longer predict his head movement, how you can go from the liver blow to a gazelle punch to the gazelle punch, and get straight back into the Dempsey roll. It's magnificent way of boxing. But I might have to wait till I'm 52 years old just to see it. Cause like all these storylines, like I said, like to a person asked me in the comment section, I forgot his name, sorry I can't remember your name. Like, you don't need to stop the whole Ippo thing just for this to happen. Like, well, Ippo could return, for the past 4 years. Make up your mind. Say he's not or he is. Like this whole, maybe, like he hasn't gone forward. He haven't taken a footstep forward. None. Besides from like some implications from like Sendo of Vork or the coach said, oh, he's getting better. I'm not hearing that nonsense because I don't mean nothing. A bunch of words. A bunch of filler, and I don't enjoy eating Twinkies like that. So give me something substantial to chew on or nothing. I'd rather starve. Cause at least I know the full meal will be worth it. Instead of one that's juiced up with the useless fats and artificial fillers, and it's just, I'm barely eating anything. That's my thoughts about the chapter. That's really been my thoughts with the chapter. Because haven't we been in this situation before? Like with the whole Mishiba, Sendo, and Vork thing? Oh, like they was all gonna have big fights back to back. I can't wait to see where the story goes. And then the fights happen, and only one of them was really good. With Wally vs. Ricardo, and that was it. And then talking more, like maybe you can blame the way Teeth Dragon fight turned out on that one, or just like I'm not trying to see a title defense because I know it's not going to go anywhere unless they're going to be some type of 5-star opponent. I'm not trying to see it unless you're unifying belts. I'm not trying to see it. I'm sorry, I don't even hate talking more, but I'm tired of seeing the exact same thing. Well, he got another title defense. How is man going to clock a 6 weight class when he's 40? It's irritating. It really is irritating. But to address back with that whole saying the boxing thing, like we get no comment, like there's no real need for commentary. There is no people doubting what some boxers can do in the world. There is like none of the outside stuff. Not too much of anything really. And that could just be somewhat George Morikawa has experienced, but it's just like there's a lot going in and outside the sport. Or it's in this case, it's Ippo to work, or he's in the gym. You might get an interview here and there, but it's just... I remember going to get a chance to see Ippo commentate the fight. Can we see Ippo Makunouchi commentating Sendo versus Ricardo Martinez? Have you seen it before? He might have been a top guy in the division, or maybe another top guy who's unifying the featherweight belts. Maybe he can commentate on that fight. Ippo get a chance to meet him. Maybe this fight happens in America. No, it's not. It would be interesting, but it won't. Especially when Takamura takes on America in Las Vegas. Sendo versus Ricardo undercard, magnificent. Not gonna happen. I haven't used that. I could pay that. I'll pay for that on pay-per-view in a while. It's getting irritating. It really is getting irritating. Cause there's a whole bunch of stuff we can address here. It's amazing how the time moves fast in Ippo when they want it to, but never when it needs to. Can we have a few chapters where nothing would happen much, really? Absolutely nothing. And then just like, can we get an update on Miyata for God's sakes? Why is Miyata catches out there just fighting around with the local dogs? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Can we get an update on Miyata and his father's situation and the whole coaching thing? How does Miyata's father feel about him just breaking and stalling and winning his career? How you feel about that? And also another thing, I found out recently, I rewatched some of the good old classic Ippo anime when I was editing a video. I forgot what video it was. But I could be wrong. Did Miyata say that the only reason that Raccoon Boy broke Miyata's father's jaw was because of the lucky punch? Did he say that? But y'all have high hopes for Randy Boy Jr. to be this monster. Stop. Please. Stop. Stop. The fight proved otherwise. Stop it. Stop with the lies. And that's remaining responding to those fools on that Reddit, which I haven't seen in a while. No. But it's like some of this narrative stuff is just stupid. Please, stop with the lies. If you're gonna hate a character, use some legit hatred. Don't do this halfway cheap thing where I just looking for a cheap excuse. Come on, Johnny. Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, let's not do that. But overall, I'm tired. I'm tired, and I knew. Somehow I knew as soon as I saw the cover page on the new chapters. Let's see what's happening. Oh, this? Oh, really? This what I get? No. I knew from the cover page what is, and it said, what is Ippo doing, and just what it looks like. I was like, I knew it. And then what we get from Ippo chewing? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. He's just there. Hope you guys liked the video. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinion, because this is it's a question of why. It really is a question of why. It really is. Can we hear something about the other featherweights in the division instead of just Ricardo? That's another thing, right? We keep hearing about, like, oh, you know, there's other belts, and Ricardo Martinez is super champion. He has one belt. Where are the other belts? There are like 3 to 4 other belts. Matter of fact, we haven't seen one undisputed character in all of Ippo to this day. Not even a unified champion aside from Takamura. And besides from the hint that we're going to unify the featherweight belts, and Billy McCullough dropped his belt to challenge Ricardo. Besides from that, it's just nothing. And then like you're gonna send Ippo like to go, oh, we're gonna go here, go there. He don't meet any other fighters. He don't talk to any other fighters. He just meets his good old friends, and that's it. You can at least send Ippo to some type of boxing event to see him get some more experience, or more commentating experience, or see the sport from a different angle. Besides from being a second, of which he's already done on a local level, so being the second for Wally wouldn't add anything, if at all. It did more for Cinder than it did for Ippo, and he was in the damn audience. There's not really much else to say. Not at all. Mario Rosario, the worst kind of evil. He's done everything beside from commit a crime, and that's if he haven't already did. What about this time, George? What about instead of hearing how evil this man is, can we just see it? Can we see it? Can we see it this time, huh? Can we see it? No, not Mario. It's Marcus Rosario. Hopefully, next chapter follows up on this character, and we get to see what type of actual scumbag this man is. Like, this man's an absolute monster. There's no sympathy for this animal. He's just, maybe you can make this guy into a sympathetic character, but I just don't want to. If you do that, then, well, you know, I feel sad midway through the match. You know, I want him to go on as a monster. I want him to leave as a monster. So, oh well, I don't know. What am I expecting at this point? I can't give you any answers. Except for it's not this. I really took Ippo just trying to train up Tay and Kotaro for the pro boxing text, and then go into all this stuff. I really hope these characters don't turn to those Aoki background side characters that work at the restaurant. I really don't. At least you didn't care for those characters. But we got Yoki's brother. And we remember, to this date, we have no backstory on Kentaro. Can you at least have, well, you know, Aren't you that kid from that Aoki TV show? Well, you'd be like, who? Where? When? Kentaro who? No, no one recognized him. Nothing. So it is what it is. Hope you guys like the video. Comment, subscribe, and how do you believe the rest of the story play out? Because I'm not really trying to see another world title fight. I'm not. I want to deal with the problems in Japan first. And Ippo's character, then do all that stuff. It is what it is. If you're Sovereign King, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.